Break the board sports. It's your boy RJ Cash. Click that like, hit subscribe. Well, we cashed in for bettors last night. We gave out the 5 unit play, released a short on it. Seahawks plus 4.5 on the alternate with the under first half, under 24.5 was a great one. Now we got kind of doped a little bit here with Sam Darnold over 19.5 pass attempts, fell on 19. That was a little frustrating. Seattle to have more offensive plays. That cash, no points first 6 and first 7 minutes. That did not work out well. But the Patriots to score more second half than in the first half, over 1.5 interceptions. Those all got in. 2 point conversion attempt. We had that at plus money. Myers to have more points than the kicker. What we did not get the longest field goal over 49.5. Was hoping for that down there at the end. But all in all, a really great Super Bowl, up 9.35 units. So I'll take it there on the Super Bowl when you go through all the bets. And when you look at the game, Seattle absolutely dominated from start to finish. I'm actually a little bit mad on myself for not pounding. You know, it's hard when you have a Super Bowl and it's not really sexy and you're not like, oh yeah, I like the game, right? Like last year I was like, oh yeah, Philly, no doubt. In Seattle, I liked them and I didn't see a path for New England. And I knew the dogs had covered 5 straight, but it was still like you're trying to kind of figure out, you know, weird stuff happens in Super Bowls, but it worked out. Now let's pivot. Again, Walker, glad they gave him the MVP. I was a little worried. I know Sam Darnold, great comeback story and all that, but Walker really deserved it. And that Seattle defense absolutely smothered Drake May and the Patriots. Patriots a tough road to hoe next year. They got to play the Packers, the Chiefs, the Bills twice. They got the Lions, the Bears. I mean, their schedule just murderous row. And so I got to looking early this morning. I said, obviously Seattle's Super Bowl favorite, which they are 7.5 to 1 opening odds. Then I saw the Rams 8 to 1. I'm like, that makes sense. And then I got the number 3. Why the hell are the Ravens 12 to 1? Like, we gotta stop this with Lamar Jackson. It is absolutely incredible. The fact that somebody would put the Ravens third blows my mind. I don't understand what is going on here, and what the I don't even know how to say it. What the love affair is, where we act like the Ravens are just automatically going to be there. I don't see it. I think they're in a world of trouble as a franchise. I think Jesse Minter is a good hire, but the reality is Lamar, he's an average quarterback at best in this league at this point in time. Way too many miles on the tires. So I don't really see how they're third. Buffalo 12 to 1. What's going to be really interesting, and we're really going to dive into the draft, not just the draft, but betting angles and stuff here when we get into March, get a little closer. Again, focus going to go on college basketball, hockey coming back in the NBA, got to make money. And then baseball, last year in baseball up 52.37 units, got working on a little package for you guys for the rest of college hoops and baseball. But Buffalo 12 to 1. I'm interested with that. Green Bay, the 5th best odds, 13 to 1. Chargers, 6th best odds, 15 to 1. Eagles, 15 to 1. I don't like any of those teams, to be honest with you. Now, I don't think Seattle's a repeat. I do think the Rams should be up there. But I got down the list here, and I'm looking 7th best odds, the Detroit Lions, 16 to 1. And I said this during the season, the Lions remind me a lot of the Eagles in the fact that, remember, the Eagles lost both coordinators, kind of had a down year, and then the next year, which was last year, came back, won the Super Bowl. I think that, like, the Lions fit that bill very, very much. I also think Kansas City, 16 to 1. Look, they got the 9th pick. They're going to get an offensive lineman. They're going to do some things in free agency. You got New England, 17 to 1. I think it's going to be really hard for them to make the playoffs. Like, they just got a murderous row. San Francisco 49ers, 18 to 1. Yeah, they got to fix that defense, and they lost Robert Saleh. Denver, 20 to 1. No, thank you. Houston 20-1. CJ Stroud's still the quarterback, so no thank you. Then I got to the next two. The Jaguars 20-1 and the Bears 27-1. I think both of these teams, very healthy teams to put a flyer on when you're talking about next year. And this is going to sound absolutely crazy, but I like the Falcons at 50-1. Look, the NFC, if you could just, Stefanski down there, obviously there's quarterback issues, right? But if you're just looking on a team to take a flyer, I think that makes a lot of sense. Obviously, the only real resistance I think you're going to get in that division is Tampa. I need to see Carolina do it again to have some belief in them. But I think obviously the Detroit Lions 16-1. The Chiefs, I think they'll be back in the mix, but I really like the Jags 20-1 and the Bears 27-1. I think those two give you the best odds on for next year. Now, again, we're going to have a ton of draft stuff going on. Us and check out our podcast, Bustin' Chops, Calling Shots. Vegas Raiders. Kubiak becomes the head coach after he wins the Super Bowl. We all kind of knew it was coming. They're going to take Fernando Mendoza. Next thing will be what happens with Max Crosby and what that looks like. The Jets setting in the 2-hole there in the draft, Cardinals in the 3 slot, Tennessee in the 4th, and the Giants in the 5th. Now, listen, the Giants, you almost got to look. I mean, they kind of put that defense together. Offensive line would be a way they looked, and then you got the Browns at 6th. God only knows what they'll do. But the Chiefs at 9th, again, I think you're going to see offensive linemen drafted there. Bengals at 10th. So, again, I think you're going to see a lot of offensive linemen coming off the board here early and often in the draft this year. If you also look at the draft from a perspective of, does anybody after Fernando Mendoza, is there a quarterback that gets taken, right? So if Mendoza goes 1, does Arvell Reese, linebacker, Ohio State, is that the way the Jets go? Now, Reuben Bain. I think Reuben Bain should be the second pick off the board. Edge rusher of Miami. He's got so many great things to offer. You got to look. Titans, do they protect Cam Ward with the tackle? Spencer Fano, Utah's offensive tackle. What does that look like? I think, again, if you're looking, David Bailey, edge rusher for Texas Tech, I would love it if he fell to Washington at 7. But I also got to look at that and say, hey, that's a guy the Browns should really look at, right? The Browns should really look at him. But again, the Browns, God only knows what the heck they're doing. And then Francis Migoya, offensive tackle for Miami, if the Chiefs could get him. Caleb Downs, also going to be another guy to watch in this draft. Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State. Avion Terrell, corner, back at Clemson. You know, the Rams would love for him to fall there, or Cassius Howe, edge rusher. One thing it was for sure and on display 100%, you got to have a defense here in the NFL to win this coming year. Now, when you look at some free agents, Kenneth Walker, obviously he's going to get a huge payday. Khalil Mack, do the Chargers bring him back or move on? Tyler Algier, I look for him to move on from Atlanta. Bijan and him been a good combo, but obviously Bijan going to get the lion's share. Jabril Peppers, he's out there. Trey Hendrickson and Jabril Peppers. Again, when we talk about guys making a difference, those are two guys right off the bat that if you're a team like the Buffalo Bills, you're a team, I even think the Lions, look, the Lions had good defense, but they've been through so many injury things. Niners, Lions, Bills, Hendrickson and Peppers should be on their list of guys to go after. Demario Davis, linebacker from the Saints. I know they're going to try hard things coming out. They're going to try to re-sign him. Mike Evans, one to watch here. You got to look, does Kansas City, Buffalo kind of make that move? We talk about San Francisco finding a place to trade Brandon Ayuk. Deebo Samuel also is out there. Word is Washington is not going to bring him back. Pickens franchised by the Cowboys. That's obviously a big one. Calais Campbell out there. He's not going back to Arizona. And so we'll see how that works out. So there's a lot of guys out here on the market that can help some teams get better. You got to wonder, do the Ravens bring back Mark Andrews? Do the Chargers bring back Keenan Allen? So there's some guys out here on the market that can help some teams and help teams get better. It'll be interesting the way it goes. Like I said, I love the flyer. If I had to pick three teams right now ahead of time, Lions 16-1, Jags 20-1, and the Chicago Bears 27-1. RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports, giving you stats, trends, information to help you with your handicap. Whether you fade or follow, hope you win your bets. God bless and happy handicapping.